What's up? Welcome back to Cairn, potentially for the last time. I don't want to waste too much time, or any time, so let's just keep pushing forwards. There are a few options as to how we can approach this, and I don't know which one is best. I think I should maybe start here, or even up there. Because I don't really know if climbing this wall is advisable. Okay. Okay, that's just not a great start. If I can get to secure footholds, that would be better. No. Jesus. This was not a good place to start, as usual. A chalk is required. Why am I even here? Oh boy. No, 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 no. All good. We have warm beverages. I don't know how long they will stay warm for. Maybe this is deceptive, to try and walk as much as I can, because it doesn't mean that the climbing routes will be easier. There is an urge to rush. So we're so close to the end, I think. Just try to follow this ice. I can't really see all that well which holds are secure and which aren't. Okay, what am I doing? Yeah. First bitten, because I need to eat something. We don't have that much food left. Yeah, this, and maybe an egg. Kind of tricky to see which holds are good and which aren't, because there aren't any obvious, like those actual hold type holds. Doesn't make sense. No. Okay, that's better. Now I can shimmy up this diagonal thing. No. None of the footholds are connecting how I want them to. Barely. Maybe I should use the doll to clear out the weather. Okay. I really hope this is the last peak and there's nothing beyond this, but there might be. I'd like to go left to that ice, but that's kind of tricky. I don't really see a way to cross over. I think the only option is to go through here, that tiny bit of rock climbing. Not a huge fan of that. Not at all. Okay. Another water. I don't think I need to eat just yet, but you know, because I have this trout, oatmeal, honey, egg. So I have 4 meals essentially, which means 4 breaks. Let's take this. No. Wrong limb. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Gonna try and go up and not left. There are more holes here than there seemed to be from below. And then if I can... No, not quite. But like this, it's pretty nice. And then from here, try to move onto the ice. Jesus. Nope. Damn it, wrong foot. Okay. Gonna have to stop again soon. Sort of now-ish. No. If only she would use the limbs I want her to use. No, I have to. Can I not go off belay? Okay. Strange. Let's have oatmeal and the last water. Not really loving this. Because I can't do any ice climbing as such. Okay. This is not so bad. Is there any proper hold here? Should go left. If I can, if I still can at this point. Of course we can. Nope. Can I reach? Yes. Oh, cutscene.
Hey! What are you doing? Hey! Hunk of junk! Turn back on! We're almost there, I can feel it! Oh, please! One last push. Do this for me. Don't do that to me. Turn back on. Come on! Piece of trash, just get to work. I'm not asking much of you. Do your job. Turn back on! On! Ah! No. No. Oh, come on. Don't. Robot, please. Please don't do that. Just turn back on. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do this to you.
We're not cutting the rope. I have become emotionally attached to Climbot. Not sure what to do. If I can reach that ledge, barely. I can't check my vitals anymore. I don't know if that means we're pretty much at the end. I also can't place pittons anymore, which is a bit worrying. Nope. Just trying to get to the ice. Okay, okay. It's right there. Apologies for the lack of commentary. I'm kind of invested in not falling.
Got this climb up. Can't quite reach there.
Dude, I can't believe we're actually gonna do this. Nope. Come on. We're here. Kinda starting to tear up. I'm not saying that for dramatic effect. This is nuts. Be part of a whole. I can't do anything else. actually climbing stars. What is going on? Goosebumps all over. Apologies that the last section was not necessarily relaxing. Right now I'm thinking if I should even leave the very end in. But I guess I might as well. Look, if you don't want to have the end spoiled, I guess just don't watch this. I'll try to make... I will have tried to make it very spoiler marked, in case you don't want to see the end. So what a game, man. What a game. There's no point in doing a review of this. Like, I would need to gather my thoughts anyway, but yeah, it's really something special. You could argue that it was not a very positive message. Like, I read some things that the whole game is kind of a suicide mission for Ava. Yeah, I've never played a game like this. So needless to say, if this looks like something you might enjoy, even though you just spoiled the end, or I spoiled the end, there are multiple endings still. I don't know how many or which ones. As we saw 2 videos ago, I think you have the choice to go down with Marco and not try to get to the summit. I thought I heard something about being able to go back down after the game. I don't know if something else is still gonna show up after the credits. But yeah, just all the struggles, all the frustrations, which I guess we shared with Ava, was all very much worth it. And I'm glad I pushed through, because I came close a few times to giving up on the game and just not really having much motivation to push to the end. I'm glad I did. Oh no. Dead pets. Sadness. Thank you for making it to the top. And you, what is your summit? Summit reached on day 30. "28 hours, 14 minutes, 31 seconds. I'm pretty sure it said somewhere online that the average playthrough is 15 to 20 hours. So 99 falls, 5 deaths. I'm not sure if that means 5 deaths or 5 blackouts. I think it's 5 deaths. The blackouts don't count as deaths, I think. 0 rewinds, because I never figured out how to use the Edelweiss. Okay, continue. Ascent over. You can load your save to review your route from the game slot section menu. Okay, let's check that out. Review route. Yeah, nice. So this is the very beginning, day 1. Are the markings like this? Is that where you set pittons? I guess it is. Walk along the ridge. This is very cool, by the way. I really appreciate that they added this. First camp. Climbing up here. Back down here. A lot of aimless walking. Then we went in here. With, yeah, the beekeeper cave. Dude, this brings back memories. And up here, where I fell, apparently. Up here, nothing there. Further up, to this camp. It's pretty much inevitable that there will be at least a few attempts at a free solo ascent. I'm not 100% sure yet if I will want to do a series of that, because all the failed attempts will be kind of wasted videos, maybe. If that's something you would want to see, please let me know. Oh, we missed this guy. I honestly don't know if I will have the mental capacity to keep trying until I can make it to the summit in free solo. I reckon if I will try it, I would most likely use the hold assist function feature, where it gives an indication of whether whatever hold you're on is secure or not. From what I read, it's very much recommended for free solo, at least, you know, before you try it without the assist. I could try to do it on stream, but I have SnowRunner going. I'm seriously considering trying some Euro Truck Sim 2 streams, since that's kind of in the same vein as SnowRunner. And I'm not sure I'll have time to manage, I'm not even sure I'll have time to manage 2 regular games to stream, let alone 3, if it would be SnowRunner, ETS2, and Cairn. So yeah, we'll see. But again, let me know if you would watch me try to do free solo climbs. This was the first death, I think. I forget exactly how it happened. I think I tried to jump to the wall and just fell down here to my death. But then we did make it up here. Up here to the Rave Cave. camp. Surely I must have missed a ton of stuff. And then up here to the cable car thing. Up here where we lit the first fireworks, I'm fairly sure. Up here. And across. Up the big waterfall into the fishing cave. Day 4. Yeah, we went down quite a ways here. First across here, then down to the camp. Further down still to this shrine. Back up. And climbing up back to, well, pretty much back to the fishing cave. And then further up from here. A lot of exploratory walking. I think this is where the first goat was. The male goat. Day 5, the waterfall. Up and around here. I'm trying not to scan too much for things I missed, because, well, for one, I'll forget before we reach the top where everything was. And in a way, it's kind of fun to not know where everything is. Then we went in here briefly to the kids' room. Out here and up into the village. I'm not gonna check every room because it's all pretty typical. Did we not go out here? Oh no, right. Sorry, it's a bit laggy and stuttery. Climbed up here, which from what I read is kind of a tricky climb, but somehow we did it first try. Up here, through the tunnels, and then right, I can't fit through there. And then out here Tried to climb there and failed up here where that scroll was. And then this whole place. I'm not gonna go too much into detail because that would take too long. Another death where I remember just missing the jump and falling all the way down. Many falls on the child guardian. We went all the way up here, only to go back down, I'm pretty sure. And then into the bear cave with the hallucinogenic frog. A feeble attempt to get the honey. It's funny how I remember all this. There were a lot of emotions throughout the game. Yeah, in that cave where there wasn't really anything. Here we blacked out. And then up through here into Joanna's hideout. Apparently we climbed up here, totally forgot. Tried to climb up here and probably failed. I don't know what all these grey lines mean. But yeah, I think this might have been a video I lost somehow. I forget exactly. But I remember starting a video here and explaining how I had made it from the vault to there with a lot of struggle. It's possible it just wasn't a very good video because I was falling so much and the whole thing was just generally a failure. But yeah, then past here, this, yeah, first it went up here and around and then down to the child again. And then we climbed up this ridge and up here. And then further up. The lake, which I'm gonna skip over mostly. Was this the first time we met Marco? No, the first time was just below the village, but that was rather brief. And this is where he really started to, come along for the journey. A lot of exploration, some more successful than others. Up here. here to the 200 steps camp. And here the bear cave. Across the suspension bridge. Yeah, this part was quite the trip. Palace of the Wind, where we met that crystal cave collector, crystal collector. And then first all the way there to this cave. Which turned out to be a dead end, rather disappointingly. And then we tried to climb across. Which we probably could have made somehow, but you know, as things transpired, we ended up all the way back down. All the way down to the bridge, and then below to the ancient. I'm not gonna check in there because it's, you know, maybe not super interesting. And then, oh yeah, right, we went back up inside the ancient and came out here, and then we went up here, I believe, again to this camp where I've been like 5 times, at least 4 I'd say. And then we went up the left side, which, as you can see from the red arrows, was not easy. But somehow we made it up here to the dome camp. Up here. This was more exploration than anything else. Well, in and around the dome, up to the roof. And then across these pillars a few times. Here on the needle. I feel like this is where the game really got serious in terms of difficulty. Not that the peril was not difficult, but from this point onward I was getting a bit more concerned that I might not make it to the top. Up through here. Further up, the big cave with the secret guardian. And then back outside and up. First we went there to Damas's cave, but then up there to this camp, back down, up here to this camp, and this rest spot, which doesn't show here. And here in the blades with Damas Al-Fatri, who is not here. Oh, right. I was looking for where we started to climb. Up here. This is all much more recent, of course. Here's where the avalanches happened. And then, yeah, from here. Oh, yeah, see. In the moment, I felt like I didn't have time to check everywhere because there was a lot of pressure in terms of running out of food and water and getting cold. But there is something there. I can't go there now, I think. Can I? No. Yeah, maybe there's something in there. It's hard to say. Another small shelter place. A lot of walking. Up. To the final stretch. I have a suspicion there are several more dead climbers here. Unless Damas took them all down, which I don't think he would have, because he probably wouldn't have made it this far up. Okay, and then up here. And this actually the last leg of climbing, where Climbot malfunctioned fatally, supposedly fatally. And yeah, up here, all the way to the summit. Two minor things that kind of please me is that it's exactly 30 days and that we fell less than 100 times total. That's still a lot, of course. In free solo, you can't fall. Just for good measure, I want to go down all the way. Because it looks very different from the top down. Past the needle, past the dome. past the Peril, the Wind Palace, the Ancient, 2,000 steps or whatever it was called, 200 steps. Past the Mirror. The Child. The Village. The Waterfall. It really doesn't seem that long, like in terms of distance. I'm sure, you know, I want to say a simple thing, but I don't know how to say it. I'm sure that ascents beyond the first one take much less long, because you don't have to explore as much, especially on free solo. You can't explore all that much. I'm wondering what the most realistic time is that it could take me. On any difficulty. Look. In theory, it's just a few hours, I suppose. I think I read somewhere that some people did it in an hour and a half. I don't know if I'm just making that up or not. I'll say it again, I really appreciate that they added this review feature. Then how do I go back? Main menu. Okay. I spent longer going through the review than actually finishing the game. Quick reaction minigames. Were there any? I don't recall any minigames. Yeah, this holds feedback. That's definitely something I will want to enable for free solo. But yeah, with a bit of a heavy heart, that is officially going to do it for this playthrough of Cairn. If you've stuck with me the whole time, thank you very much. If you only watched 1 or 2 episodes, also thank you very much. Again, let me know if you would want to see anything related to free solo runs, be it videos or streams. As always, thank you for watching and for listening. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something appropriate to conclude the series, but I'm probably overthinking it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next time in a different game. Bye bye.